Hi guys, good evening. Good evening Philippines. This is Mike Padua and we are back once again to our latest tropical weather analysis for this Wednesday to Friday, September 6 to 8, 2023. And this is our English version, brought to you by Typhoon2000 in partnership with Naga College Foundation, Aboitiz Power, Bank of the Philippine Islands, Avenue Plaza Hotel, the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor Nelson Legacion and our Honorable Congressman Gabi Bordado of the 3rd District of Camarines Sur. Well, it's been a while since our last update here at YouTube channel and Facebook video channel as well, after some important matters which I need to attend to, and it's good to be back once again. And before we begin, I would like to have some shout out to Miss Myla Sanoy of the airport security team right there in Naga Airport. Thank you for the assistance. Okay, and well, let's begin with our update. Here's the latest GovSat that we issued for this evening, and it looks like the parade of back-to-back storms after almost 2 weeks has starting to wane down. We just have here the lone one, which is tropical storm Yun-yeung. Okay, this is a weak storm that formed to the east of Batanes a couple of days ago, and its local name Ineng, but is already outside the Philippine area of responsibility as it moves or accelerates towards the coastal areas of Honshu in Japan. Okay, so expect some rough seas over these areas, high winds, and some occasional rain showers as the storm moves towards the area. And we have here the remnants of once Typhoon Haikui, okay, that's Hana, which made landfall over southern Taiwan last Sunday, and it's just a remnant low pressure area in the vicinity of Hong Kong. And the southwest monsoon finally has receded, and it's no longer bringing some rainfall, on enough rainfall across the western sections of Luzon, just over Ilocos region. And it's starting to wane down, like I said, and it will be converted into a southwesterly wind flow, or the weaker version of the southwest monsoon, or Habagat. And it's still bringing some rough seas over Panatag Shoal and the West Philippine Seas, and the West Philippine Sea, as well as the South China Sea area. So it looks like this monsoon is going into another break, but I'm gonna show to you in a while the latest for the next 2 to 3 weeks. It looks like there are still some threat of tropical cyclone formation across the Philippine Sea out into the western Pacific. Outside of PAR, there's quiet. Nothing's forming. Everywhere is quiet except for some surface troughs, but there's a possibility of a low pressure area forming in the vicinity of Guam, but it's not expected to intensify. And just the usual localized thunderstorms will be expected, or will prevail across the country, especially in the afternoon or evening. So again, watch out for lightning strikes, possibility of some flooding and landslides in the hazard-prone areas of the country. The risk of flooding and landslide across the southwest monsoon area is currently low. Okay, so there's no need to worry when it comes to the rainfall of this monsoon system. Now here's the fast animation. Here's Yun-yeung, and it's currently disorganized as it moves towards the coastal waters of southern Japan, and the southwest monsoon is now breaking down. So back to some sunshine across the western sections of the country, including Metro Manila, except, like I said, during the afternoon and evening, localized thunderstorms will continue to prevail as we are moving into the middle of September. And there's an area of LPA here trying to form in the vicinity of Guam, and some surface troughs here across the eastern portions of Micronesia and Marshall Islands. And as we take a look at the zoom-in satellite animation this evening, between, let me see, 6 to 11 p.m., okay, there are still some localized thunderstorms occurring across the Visayas and the Sulu Archipelago, as well as the western sections of Mindanao. So expect some thunderstorms. It will just last for about an hour or two, and it will be back to some good weather. So these are the common features of tropical weather, particularly here in our country. This is very rampant during this time of the year, especially when we have this vague in the monsoon flow, or the monsoonal flow. And we are now moving into the effects of the El Nino. As we can see here in Naga City, we are just below the normal average rainfall that are being or was recorded in our weather station. The average of 202 millimeters for the month of August is just around 128 millimeters, compared to last year, which is around 300 plus, or 370 millimeters. So it's quite a rapid drop of rainfall averages here in Bicol region because of the ongoing El Nino, which is expected to peak around October to February. So let's conserve water, as dry conditions or below average conditions will be expected. Okay, and speaking of heat index, the usual 40 plus up to 50 degrees centigrade will be expected in various sections of the country. Here in Naga City, around 12 noon, we recorded a high heat index of 47 degrees, but it was replaced with some localized thunderstorms nearby, with some light rain that fell over the area of Naga City and Camarines Sur. And this is usually the trend. When we have a very high heat index, it will be replaced by local thunderstorms. So again, watch out for lightning strikes and possible flooding if we have some intense rainfall generated by the localized thunderstorms. And if we take a look now on the track of Yun-yeung, this is the track of Yun-yeung as it moves towards the coastal waters of southern Honshu. So this is the forecast of all Asian agencies. It will pass very close to Tokyo within the next 48 hours as it accelerates towards the northeast at speed of 20 to 30 kph. The sustained winds right now is at 75 kph. It is moving towards the northeast in the general direction of Honshu area, particularly the coastal waters. And let's take a look now. This is the Joint Typhoon Warning Center track, since we don't have any tracking on Yun-yeung because we don't issue updates on that if threat over the Philippine Islands is non-existent, okay, or non-existent. So this is the track from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. It is expected to reach severe tropical storm status before approaching the coastal waters of southern Honshu near Tokyo on September 8. Okay, so that will be in the evening of September 8. If computer models doesn't change, this track will push through, and it's likely to weaken within the next 4 to 5 days as it moves towards southern portions of Honshu. So that will be the track of Yun-yeung. Okay, and here's the latest wind forecast from the European model, pressure and wind forecast. And by tomorrow afternoon, Thursday, you could see here the storm racing towards southern Japan. And here's the shallow LPA in the vicinity of Guam, not quite significant. And on Friday, September 8, the LPA is still here, moving slowly west of Guam, We are going to keep an eye on this, but the good news, based on the computer models, it's not expected to develop. Okay, here's now Yun-yeung or Ineng approaching southern coastal waters of Honshu on Friday afternoon, and on Saturday afternoon we have the low pressure area here moving to the north, still a weak one, and we have another LPA here forming in the vicinity of Miyayama and in the vicinity of Miyakojima, or near Yayama Island chain, east of Taiwan, and likely it could become another tropical cyclone. So we are going to observe this. It's not yet developing, but if we backtrack the origin of that, it looks like this might be the remnants. This may be the remnants of once tropical depression Haikui or Hana, but let's see if this will become another or a different system. And on Sunday, September 10, that new LPA will start to pass over northern Okinawa or over northern Ryukyus in the general direction of southern Japan, and another baby circulation can be seen here just north of Itbayat based on the European model. And on Monday, September 11, that potential storm is moving into the coastal waters of western Kyushu, and we have a very small circulation here just to the east of Batanes. So this is still a question mark. The LPA is still there to the north of Guam, quasi-stationary. So it's still early to tell what will be the outlook in the coming 2 to 3 weeks. But we will always be prepared when it comes to the last quarter of the year, since most storms are mostly passing across the Philippine Islands during bare months, okay, with some of them recurving or moving away from our country. So let's hope the latter one will push through. And for the rainfall accumulation forecast, there you go. This is now the remnants of the southwest monsoon over the northern portions of the South China Sea and West Philippine Sea area, while Luzon, particularly the northern portions and central portions, is back to the usual localized thunderstorms in the afternoon or evening, with some light thunderstorms as well over Metro Manila, southern Tagalog provinces. Some strong thunderstorms may also form over Mindoro, Palawan, and the rest of the Visayas as well. It will become more frequent over Mindanao since they are more close to the equator, and lots of thunderstorms is in store within the next 3 days. Okay, and before we leave you, here's the latest Climate Prediction Center's Global Tropics Hazards Outlook, issued every Wednesday. So this is valid for the next 2 to 3 weeks, with the third week showing a very high uncertainty or big question mark if it will push through, while the week 2 is around 20 to 40% probability. And week 2 valid September 13 to September 19. That will be into the heart of the Peña Francia Festival here in Naga City, and there could be a possibility of a tropical cyclone formation along the West Philippine Sea and East Philippine Sea with more than 40% probability, but this is still under a big question mark since the European model doesn't show any strong tropical cyclone. So enjoy the festival, okay? Nothing to worry. There are no occurrence of heavy rainfall or monsoonal winds from the southwest monsoon. And on week 3, valid September 20 to September 26, same situation, with the formation shifting towards the West Philippine Sea but this is still at more than 40% probability, while the rest of the Micronesia, Marianas, or the Western Pacific up to the West Philippine Sea, this is under more than 20% probability. Okay, so it's still a big question mark on the third week of September. For the meantime, let's enjoy this good weather. And again, we are now moving into another break of the southwest monsoon. That's why it's now improving across the western sections of our country. So there you go. That's the latest for this Wednesday. And we will be back this weekend, probably on Friday or Saturday, to give you more updates on the weather situation across the Philippine Islands, and keeping an eye on the Western Pacific for possibility of another tropical cyclone formation. Again, this is Mike Padua saying good day to all. Have a great weekend ahead, and thank you so much for watching our channel.